The Nostalgic Culture Channel presents to you today the story of Whitney Houston. She lost 11 teeth, used crack and cocaine, was assaulted by her husband, lived in depression, was hospitalized several times, and faced her daughter's addiction. Welcome to a journey through the extraordinary and complex world of the legendary singer Whitney Houston. Her story is a fascinating blend of overwhelming talent, success, personal struggles, and a voice that echoes eternally in the hearts of millions of fans around the world. However, behind the glamour and success, an internal battle was being fought, a struggle against addictions that threatened to extinguish the light of one of the greatest voices in music. Whitney Houston faced a relentless battle against the demons of drugs, including the use of devastating substances like crack and cocaine. These battles left deep scars, reflected not only in her tumultuous career, but also in her physical and mental health. After her death, shocking revelations came to light, casting a new perspective on Whitney Houston's life that you will now get to know. Childhood and origins. Whitney Elizabeth Houston was born on August 9, 1963, in the vibrant hearts of Newark, New Jersey, a city full of life and a unique vibe that permeated every corner. From her birth, she was destined to be part of a family deeply rooted in music. Her parents, Emily Sissy Drinkard and John Russell Houston, played significant roles in her journey to fame. Her mother was a renowned gospel and soul singer, a voice that resonated with emotion and depth. With a Grammy to her name, she was part of the Drinkard Singers and founded a backup vocal group, the Sweet Inspirations, which collaborated with legendary artists such as Aretha Franklin, Jimi Hendrix, and Elvis Presley. The group earned a Grammy nomination for their success with Sweet Inspiration. On the other hand, John, Whitney's father, was a former Army serviceman who later became a dedicated administrator. The combination of their influences made Whitney grow up in an environment of determination, commitment, and love for music. Cultural diversity also manifested in her genealogy, with her African-American ancestry intertwined with Dutch and Native American roots. This rich mix of origins added layers to the musical tapestry being woven in her life. Whitney was the youngest in the family, with 3 older siblings, each following their own path in life. The family settled in East Orange, a suburban area, after the racial riots in New York in 1967. During her early years at Franklin Elementary School, now known as the Whitney Houston Academy of Creative and Performing Arts, she developed her passion for singing and playing the piano. Raised in the Baptist faith, the singer found a home in the choir of the New Hope Baptist Church in New York. At the age of 5, it was in this environment that she discovered her voice, making her solo debut in the church by singing the hymn "Guide Me, O Thou Great Jehovah." As she progressed through adolescence, her desire to pursue a career in music grew stronger. Communicating this dream to her mother became a significant milestone in her journey. In February 1983, a moment occurred that would change her life forever. While performing at a nightclub in Manhattan alongside her mother, Whitney caught the attention of a representative from Arista Records. This chance encounter marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Clive Davis, the visionary head of Arista Records, didn't hesitate to offer Whitney a global recording contract. Signing the contract in April 1983, Whitney was only 19, but her voice and talent were already on the music industry's radar. Shortly after signing the contract, Whitney Houston had the opportunity to showcase her talent to the world by performing on The Merv Griffin Show.
Here's Whitney Houston.
And let me start.
This performance was just the beginning of an incredible musical journey that would ultimately lead the singer to capture hearts and captivate audiences worldwide. The young girl who once sang hymns in church was about to become one of the biggest stars in global music. The musical landscape of the time witnessed a revolution of genres, and Whitney, with her versatile and powerful voice, was poised to make an impressive transition from gospel to pop. This change was not just a musical evolution, but also a reflection of her personal journey, where she embraced new horizons while maintaining the heart and soul of her gospel upbringing. This transition was a milestone, opening doors to a broader audience and laying the groundwork for the iconic era that was about to unfold. Her national television debut was a moment filled with nervousness and much emotion. By appearing on TV, Whitney Houston brought her unparalleled voice to the forefront of the American public. It was the beginning of her journey into the public sphere, an exciting initial step toward the global fame she was about to achieve. After nearly 2 years of meticulous recording sessions, the album titled Whitney Houston finally saw the light of day on Valentine's Day, February 14, 1985. This iconic date marked the beginning of an era that would change music forever. The album's meteoric rise was swift, making a presence on the Billboard 200 for over 3 years and claiming the top spot in March 1986. More than a year after its initial release, it remained at the top of the charts for an impressive 14 consecutive weeks. This feat not only attested to the magnitude of the album, but also solidified Whitney Houston as an undeniable force in the global music scene. Whitney Houston didn't limit herself to triumphing solely in the American charts. She became an international phenomenon, reaching #1 or prominent positions in more than 10 different countries. In the United States, the album received diamond certification for selling an incredible 14 million copies, but its reach knew no bounds. The album crossed oceans and continents, amassing a total of 25 million copies sold worldwide. Music critics showered praise on Houston and her debut album. Rolling Stone magazine didn't hesitate to label her one of the most thrilling new voices in years, while the New York Times highlighted the album as an impressive and musically conservative showcase for an exceptional vocal talent. The passion and emotion Whitney Houston conveyed through her songs were undeniable, and her voice established itself as a beacon of hope and inspiration for many people. The album introduced the world to a series of impressive singles, each more captivating than the last. Among them, we can highlight You Give Good Love, Saving All My Love for You, and Greatest Love of All. These songs illuminated the charts, becoming true anthems of pop music. Beyond the resounding success on the charts, the album was recognized by the industry with 4 Grammy nominations. Whitney not only won the Best Female Pop Vocal Performance Award for the song Saving All My Love for You, but also left an indelible mark on awards such as the Billboard Music Awards and the American Music Awards. The music video for the song How Will I Know not only earned her an MTV Video Music Award, but also triggered a series of victories that culminated in an Emmy Award. The album's release opened doors to a new phase in Whitney Houston's career. Her first worldwide tour took her music to every corner of the globe. Performances on late-night talk shows also helped build an increasingly larger fan base, hungry for her exceptional voice and passionate performances. Whitney's influence on the music industry cannot be underestimated. She not only broke barriers for Black artists in the music scene, but also paved the way for future generations. Her debut album, now considered one of the best of all time, solidified her position as a true music legend, whose impact endures to this day. Whitney Houston's entry into the music industry was much more than a debut. It was, in fact, a significant revelation. In June 1987, Whitney Houston released her second album titled Whitney. While some critics pointed out similarities with her previous album, the commercial success was undeniable. The singer became the first woman to debut at the top of both the US and UK Billboard 200 charts simultaneously. The first single, I Wanna Dance with Somebody, was a global hit, reaching the top of the Billboard Hot 100 and leading the charts in 17 countries. Other songs also reached the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Whitney Houston made history by achieving 7 consecutive #1 singles, a record that persists to this day. Beyond her musical success, Whitney demonstrated her social commitment. She was an advocate for the anti-apartheid movement and established the Whitney Houston Foundation for Children, aiding homeless children with cancer or AIDS. While her career was on the rise, Whitney found a significant partner. A crucial chapter began in her life at the renowned Soul Train Music Awards in 1989, where she crossed paths with singer Bobby Brown. After 3 years of dating, the two took a significant step and married on July 18, 1992. During this period, they occasionally joined their musical talents, collaborating on notable songs, including the major hit Something in Common. However, the relationship with Bobby Brown also brought several challenges for the singer. He had encounters with the law due to cases of driving under the influence of alcohol, drug possession, and acts of aggression, resulting in periods of imprisonment. Following the success of her music, Whitney Houston began receiving offers for work in the film industry. Her first role came with the movie The Bodyguard, released in 1992. In the film, Whitney portrayed a star pursued by an obsessed fan who hires a bodyguard, played by Kevin Costner, to protect her. The movie became a major success, and its soundtrack topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart, winning awards, including the Grammy for I Will Always Love You. The soundtrack achieved extraordinary sales, becoming one of the best-selling albums in history. On March 4, 1993, Whitney Houston gave birth to her daughter, Bobby Christina Houston Brown, the couple's first and only child. During this period, Whitney revealed in an interview that she had suffered a miscarriage during the filming of the movie, and it was not her first. Throughout the marriage, she underwent emotional and physical challenges while trying to expand the family, experiencing multiple miscarriages. The marriage to Bobby Brown brought complexities to Whitney's life. The personal struggles and ups and downs of this union were reflected in her personal and musical journey. Although Whitney was seen as a good girl with an impeccable image in the 80s and early 90s, her behavior began to change in 1999. By the year 2000, she went through a phase where she was hours late for interviews, photo sessions, rehearsals, canceled shows, and appearances on talk shows, and there were reports of her erratic behavior. Her physical appearance was changing, and there were speculations about her drug use, often associated with her husband. On January 11, 2000, while traveling with Brown, Whitney was caught with about 14 grams of marijuana in her bag at the Hawaii International Airport. Additionally, she began facing issues in her public appearances, such as missing important events and canceling performances. Whitney was scheduled to perform at the Oscars, but was removed from the event by the musical director and longtime friend of the singer, Burt Bacharach. Her publicist claimed that throat problems were the main reason for the cancellation. In the book The Big Show, author Steve Pond revealed that Whitney's voice was shaky, she seemed distracted and nervous, and her attitude was casual, almost defiant. Although Whitney was supposed to perform the song Over the Rainbow, she ended up singing a different song during rehearsals. Later, she admitted that she had been fired from the event. Her longtime friend, Robin Crawford, resigned from the position of Whitney's executive assistant in 2000, citing the singer's refusal to seek help for her addictions as the main reason. Rumors and stories about family and friends intervening in her drug use continued to emerge. In 2001, Whitney signed a lucrative recording contract with Arista BMG. However, her health remained a significant concern, with reports of her extreme thinness. Her appearance at a Michael Jackson event also raised concerns due to her looks. The singer gave an interview in 2002 addressing her drug use and also her marriage. She admitted to using substances such as alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, and pills, but denied using crack. However, her health and appearance continued to be a source of great concern and speculation. Her marriage to Bobby Brown also faced public issues with reports of significant aggression. In December 2003, Brown was accused of assault after a fight where he physically attacked the singer, resulting in visible injuries to her face, according to the police. In early 2004, Brown starred in his own reality show titled Being Bobby Brown. The show offered a glimpse into the domestic events in the couple's home, showcasing Whitney in embarrassing moments. The program was not renewed for a second season, after Whitney stated that she would no longer appear on it. In September 2006, Whitney filed for legal separation from Brown, and the following month, she filed for divorce, which was finalized on April 24, 2007. The singer admitted that her then-husband was not reliable in supporting their teenage daughter. Whitney gave her first interview in 7 years in September 2009, appearing on the premiere of Oprah Winfrey's Season. The interview was considered the most anticipated musical interview of the decade. In this interview, Whitney admitted to using drugs with her ex-husband during their marriage, mentioning that he had mixed marijuana with cocaine and crack. She shared with Oprah that before the Bodyguard movie, her drug use was light but intensified after the success of the film and the birth of her daughter. The singer also revealed that in 1996, drug use became a daily part of her life, explaining that she was going through difficult times and losing herself. The artist also mentioned that she had attended a 30-day rehabilitation program, but admitted that her drug use remained the same afterward. Her mother even obtained a court order and police help to try to pressure her into seeking more drug treatment. During the interview, she discussed the emotional abuse she suffered during the marriage, citing an incident where he spat on her. The singer claimed she was drug-free at that moment. After the divorce in 2007, she began finding a new sense in her life, seeming to be rediscovering her own essence, ready to embrace a new musical and personal phase. 2 years later, amid this journey of rediscovery, Whitney released her 7th studio album, titled I Look to You.
I look to you.
In this work, she brought a gospel sound that conveyed a message of renewal and hope. The album was well received by critics, appreciating Whitney's authenticity and vocal strength. During this time, the influence of religion and support from psychotherapy came into play, offering a way to ease tensions and reconnect with herself. However, personal battles had not yet come to an end. Whitney embarked on a new tour that became her first worldwide tour in over 10 years. However, the tour received negative reviews due to various rescheduled shows and the quality of the singer's vocals and performance. In May 2011, Whitney entered rehab again, seeking help for her issues with drugs and alcohol. In the same year, it was announced that she would star in the remake of the movie Sparkle, alongside Jordan Sparks and Mike Epps. Unfortunately, the shadows of the past returned to haunt Whitney Houston. Stalking and threats from her ex-husband, combined with the interruption of therapy, caused a painful return to her depressive state. This difficult moment culminated in a relapse, putting the singer in a very delicate position. Furthermore, family problems also cast a shadow over Whitney's mental health. Her daughter, Bobby Christina's struggle with drug addiction, created conflicts between mother and daughter, bringing forth feelings of inadequacy and a great deal of guilt for Whitney, who questioned her ability as a mother in this scenario of overwhelming pressures. Whitney relied on anxiolytic treatments to try to face the challenges. The battle against drug use, which had always been a personal struggle, was now intensifying, making her public appearances increasingly rare and marked by her quest for overcoming. Unfortunately, on February 11, 2012, one day before that year's Grammy ceremony, a sad event shook the music industry and the hearts of fans around the world. Whitney Houston was found unconscious in the bathtub of her room at a Beverly Hills hotel. Despite the efforts of paramedics to revive her, the life of the iconic singer was silenced, and her death was declared moments later. On March 22 of that year, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office released the findings regarding Whitney Houston's death. It was confirmed that the cause of her death was drowning associated with the effects of heart disease and also the use of cocaine. The autopsy results indicated traces of cocaine in the singer's body, suggesting that she had consumed the substance shortly before her death. In addition to cocaine, the autopsy also revealed additional details about Whitney Houston's physical condition at the time of her death. Besides the substances found in her system, it was noted that the singer was missing 11 teeth and her skin had wounds. The absence of 11 teeth was attributed, in part, to Whitney's long history of drug use negatively affecting her oral health. The consumption of illicit substances, such as cocaine, can cause damage to soft tissues and bones in the mouth, leading to tooth loss. Furthermore, continuous drug use can compromise oral hygiene and contribute to dental problems. The wounds on the skin were also indicative of the challenges Whitney faced regarding her physical well-being. Substance abuse and emotional highs and lows can lead to destructive behaviors such as repetitive scratching or picking at the skin, resulting in wounds and skin injuries. Whitney Houston remains an unforgettable figure in the history of music, remembered for her remarkable voice and immeasurable talent. However, her journey also reminds us of the complexity of life and the struggles we all face, regardless of our status or success. Her drug addiction, internal battles, and visible scars underscore the importance of understanding and supporting those fighting invisible adversities. As we remember Whitney, it is crucial to acknowledge both her brilliant achievements and the challenges she faced. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that empathy and support are essential, as we are all human beings navigating the complexities of life. Her legacy inspires us to approach difficulties with understanding and compassion, while celebrating the unique talents that each individual brings to the world. What do you think of Whitney's struggle story? Did you imagine that the life of this diva was so difficult? If you made it this far, comment, "Whitney, forever." Thank you very much to those of you who have been with us once again. Don't forget to like the video, share it with whomever you want, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please feel free to subscribe and also activate the notification bell so you never miss any of our updates. I'll see you in the next emotional story.